Welcome to your next unit, the time capsule. The time capsule project has the following objectives. You will choose a decade between the 1940s and the 1980s to focus on for your project. You will begin gathering images and facts that pertain only to that chosen decade. You'll import images using a variety of programs, and you'll design a visually attractive time capsule of images and facts which reflect a particular time period that you have chosen and researched. The following categories will guide you through the research part of the project. First, you will need to, after you've picked your decade, you will need to find a form of transportation. Transportation could be anything like cars or trucks, motorcycles, anything that got you from point A to point B. You will need to find a news event that took place during that decade. News events can be found in historical timelines as you do your research, and they can reflect major events that took place during that time, maybe stories about wars or the Olympics or something that would have happened to a president or anything like that would have made the news. You will need to choose one U.S. president that served during that decade. A lot of decades will have any number of presidents that have served, from 1, 2, or 3 presidents, so you'll just choose one that served during that decade. You will need to find a form of fashion that was popular during that decade. Fashion could include anything that you wore, from hairstyles to clothes to shoes, bags, watches, jewelry. Anything like that would be a form of fashion. One of my favorites, you will need to find a collection of toys that were played with by children during that decade. You will need to find a style of music that was popular during that time period. You will need to locate an athlete or sports figure that was popular during that time. You will need to find a form of technology, and technology can be defined as anything that makes life easier or more entertaining using science. You will need to find a movie that was popular during that decade, an actor or actress that was popular during that decade, and finally a TV program that was popular during that decade. Now, the exception to that would be if you chose the 1940s, then you would need to find a radio program. At this time, if you